Hey, what's going on, you guys? So, been a little while since I've been able to talk to you guys. Wanted to get back on the horse and back on the wagon here, just getting this thing going. Last week turned out to be a crazy, just rough week for the Miracle household. We had my wife, kids, everyone just passing around the stomach bug and just all kinds of enjoyable things for our house. So, but new week, back to you guys. One thing I want to discuss for today was just a simple conversation I was having last week with an athlete. Actually, it was the week before that. Time goes by too fast. With one of our athletes that was discussing goal setting and just kind of ways we go about it. You know, we were having a conversation. We discussed setting realistic goals, setting attainable goals, putting a time frame, all those kind of things that, you know, research shows that are helpful. But one other way we discussed about setting goals is setting goals that are within your control. You know, in my opinion, oftentimes when we set goals for ourselves, we get so fixated on the end results that we don't really, that doesn't really allow us to give the full appreciation on the process in the journey in which it takes us to get to that end result. And so what I mean by that is when we set goals up of, I want to lose 40 pounds. I want to go to the gym every single day. I want to squat 500 pounds, whatever that may be for you. I want to get a raise at my job. I want to become manager by the end of 3 years. You know, it allows for a lot of things that aren't necessarily within our control to affect those goals on a day-to-day basis. You know, if you're trying to change your eating pattern and all of a sudden you get bombarded by a crazy hard day, you may have a curveball that may get thrown in there all of a sudden that you may have to change that day around. But by setting yourself up for success by perhaps changing your goal to not eating a certain way or eating certain foods that have been sabotaging you in the past can help. So with that being said, I'm going to use that as kind of an example because that's the talk that I was having with this particular athlete. And so we were discussing on certain ways that she can change her habits that are going to affect her goal down the road. And so for this person in particular, they have a hard time when they go out with friends and family out to restaurants that have, you know, the finger foods on the tables. They have the nachos, they have the breads and stuff like that that are pretty easily accessible. And so what we discussed is not saying, okay, you're going to follow the strict paleo diet. You're going to follow the Whole30. You're going to do all these things. What we discussed is, okay, now let's set our goal to when you go out to eat, to not have those. To not have the nachos, to not have the breads, to not have those things that are sitting you right in front of you calling your name. You know, and if this person does decide to have that, that's 100% within their control of whether or not they're going to eat that. By putting that food in their mouth, that's 100% within their control, that if they decide to do it, it's either going to help them achieve their goal or it's not going to achieve their goal. And so kind of by putting that in there and putting a goal on in those contexts, kind of reframes it a little bit. It puts the ball in your court as far as it's your decision whether or not you're going to do that. It's not that you're going to follow 100% strict this. It's not that you're going to eat 8 times a day. It's not going to be certain things that all of a sudden life can affect. It's a decision that you're going to have to make to do or not do to achieve your goal. And so by doing that, all of a sudden it kind of clicked a little bit. All of a sudden gave her power to understand, okay, by me choosing to do or not do, I'm going to be able to achieve the things I want to achieve. And so I think that could help out in a lot of different areas. You know, instead of focusing so much on the end result, focus on the things that are going to get you to that end result. You know, if you're looking for a job promotion, you're kind of just shooting in the dark, you know. But if you set yourself up of every single project that comes onto your desk that your current boss or whatever sets on you to do with 100% the best that you can do, show up every single day early to work, show your coworkers and show your boss that you're willing to put in the time, you are absolutely going to do that. But those are also decisions along the way that are 100% within your control. And so maybe by reframing, the way you go about and talk to yourself as far as the goals you set can make 100% difference. So that's what I want to get out to you guys today is changing kind of your mindset and changing your mindset and reframing the goals that you set up. Set things up that are in your control, and I promise that could make the absolute difference in you achieving the things you want to achieve. So great to be back at you guys. Hope all is well. We'll talk again later. Bye, y'all.